So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr War Games, bringing you the test hand video for the updated hero deck that I showed you guys the other day with the brand new Evil Heroes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our standard test hands of 2 going first and 2 going second to show you what this deck can build, both going first and second. Now obviously we've all seen the 1-card combo that I put in the video or the profile that I did the other day as well. So going second, ideally that's what you want to be doing, is clearing your opponent's board and OTKing. Going first, you want to be setting yourself up with at least a Dark Law interruption and probably a little bit more. So after a very decent shuffle and a good cut, our opening hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now technically we've got the 1-card OTK, but we don't want to OTK our opponent going first in the basis. We've got pretty much the main warrior that we want, which is the Stratos, and then we've got the reinforcement of the army to extend. So we're going to activate the reinforcement of the army to extend and search ourselves out Elemental Hero, Solid Soldier. That then allows us to use Stratos to extend our board outright. Now the best thing on this is you could start searching your evil heroes and do a couple of evil hero plays, because you can use Stratos to do so. But mainly what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into a standard hero combo. The Supreme King's Castle just adds an additional effect in the sense that we can fusion summon our monsters that can be special summoned from the deck, only using from the extra deck, only using Dark Fusion with any fusion spell basically. And then during damage calculation, if your Fiend monster battles, you send one hero monster from your deck, evil hero monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard and gain attack equal to its level times 200. So you can activate that. It's not a necessity in the deck, and it is probably one of the cards that I will be looking to cut. But what you want to be doing is you want to ideally survive this turn and then use the 1-card Fusion Destiny to finish your opponent off the next turn. So we're going to normal summon our Elemental Hero, Solid Soldier, and we're going to use his effect to special summon our Stratos. Then when Stratos is normal or special summoned, we get to add 1 hero. That is of course where we want to be searching out our Faris right now, purely because it is so powerful. We can still do the whole 1-card combo with Fusion of Destiny without putting Malicious to the graveyard. If you want to put Malicious to the graveyard now, then basically what we're doing is we're going to be building our board ready for the next turn. If you want to play it a little bit safer, then you don't send the Malicious. I'm going to show you anyway. So use the Faris effect, send your increase to the graveyard, and then obviously Faris' effect will go off to set ourselves or play the Vision Hero increase into our spell and trap card zone. And then of course we're going to use the increase effect to destroy the Faris, summon itself out, and then summon our Vision Hero Vion. Now if you want to maintain the 1-card combo, what you can do is you can actually use Vision Hero Vion to send the Evil Hero Sinister Necrom, and then banish that and bring out like a Mali or something like that. That then allows you to search out a Poly, and because you use this, you could actually make your Malicious Fiend. It means that you wouldn't be going into the X-Cross hero, because we want to be keeping the Mali in the deck for the 1-card combo, and then you do run the risk that you could possibly top deck the Mali as well. Alternatively, the main kind of play would be to send the Mali, the Destiny Hero Malicious, send that to the graveyard off of your Vision Hero Vion. And then that's where your combos can start continuing into the Link Monster. So if you want to banish a hero, obviously you don't want to banish Mali, but you can banish Increase. I'm going to put that down there. Search ourselves out of Poly, at least we've got that. And because we've got the field spell, we can pretty much make anything we want within reason, apart from obviously the ones that are locked by Mask Change. You could of course send Shadow Mist if you want. That's kind of the one part of this combo that we are currently missing. And that's something where you could hold off on the, well, you could try and hold off, but you still need to kind of extend. So the one thing we're missing in this kind of combo is getting to a Mask Change of our Shadow Mist. So you'd be using like your X-Cross Crusader. So let's use these two. Actually, let's go for the Shadow Mist, but I think that's the safer option. So instead of sending Mali, I think for this one we want the Dark Claw. We've got the 1 card OTK anyway. So we're going to use Vion to send our Shadow Mist. Not going to use Shadow Mist effect because we want to be getting the search off of it. And then what we want to be doing is we do want to be getting rid of our Solid Soldier. Let me just double check this card. Yeah, so it has to go to the graveyard by a spell effect. So we then need to technically use it as fusion material. So what you want to do is you want to use any 2 heroes that you wish, or warriors as long as they're warriors, to go into your extra hero, Crusader. Now obviously you would use the Mali to kind of extend from there. I'm going to bring these down a little bit. But now what we want to do is we want to use our Poly that we searched off of our increase, Vion, sorry, and go into our Adoration. That will then trigger Solid Soldier. Solid Soldier will then revive the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist would then trigger to search out your Mask Change. You can then set your Mask Change and then pass your opponent's turn. During your opponent's turn, Mask Change, turn this into a Dark Claw. There we go, and then rip 1 from your opponent's hand if they attempt to search, or you do it when they attempt to search. And then we get to add a hero monster, so we get to add whatever we want, and we're going to try and minimize our combo kind of extensions that we need to do and the amount of search we need to do next turn, and we're just going to cut straight into the elemental hero on its Neos. In obviously the 1 card combo, you use Stratos to search this out. This one kind of cuts or bypasses that point. Then what you'll be doing is during your opponent's turn, you're going to try and hold off with your Dark Law. Any kind of issues happen, you can kind of try and get away with those, or kind of play through them, protect them, and Dark Law is going to be banishing a lot of their stuff anyway, causing them multiple issues. Then you'll draw. We've got a Dark Calling, so that obviously means our 1 card combo is a little bit easier. What we need to do is make a bit of space, so you'll be using your Adoration, because Dark Law is just so good. Use your Adoration and your X-Cross hero, and go into the extra hero Dread Decimator. It's sort of during your second turn, by the way. And then you've got Fusion Destiny, and that's where you start going into your Destiny hero Dangerous. I might as well keep playing through this. So we're going to play the Fusion Destiny, and we're going to send our Mali, and we're going to send our Shadow Mist, because Shadow Mist can add us another card as well. Shadow Mist can search us out our Stratos. Stratos can pretty much get us any card we want. I mean, you technically don't need to extend much further than this. Everything you're going to be doing from here on, because you've only got the 1 fusion spell, is just going to be overextension and kill. Because basically now all we could do, even before having to use the Fusion Destiny, you could just use Dark Calling, banish your Adoration, and banish, I think it just needs to be an evil hero. Sorry, we still need an evil hero, so I'd have to search out the Adusted Gold. Apologies on that one. So you'd have to search out the Adusted Gold instead of the Stratos, ditch the Adusted Gold, put an evil hero into the graveyard, searching you out a Dark Fusion. Or Dark Calling. Alright, there we go. Cool. And then you'd activate your Dark Calling, banish the Adoration, banish the Adusted Gold, bring out your Bane. Bane's effect can go off to trigger and nuke your opponent's board. And then this card, so any hero monster at this point, so you gain 100 attack for each hero monster with different names in the graveyard. So the best thing about this is because it's pointing to Bane, Bane is already going to be up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Bane is already on 38. He uses his effect to destroy anything that is 38 or less, which is going to be quite easy. And then he's going to gain attack on that one anyway. You've then got your Shining Neos, not that you need to use it right now, but you do have that as an additional option. This one could be summoned in attack if you wanted to as well, and then you've got game there, hands down. Yeah, sorry that one's a little bit rocky. That was just me familiarising myself with the physical deck. So this is one of the first times that I've had the chance to fully test out the combos and with the physical deck. Everything else has been online due to the set only just coming out. But now that familiarisation is out of the way, we're going to go straight into our second test and going first. Like I said, you kind of want to aim to get your Dark Claw on board during your opponent's turn for your first turn, and then obviously we want to be OTKing our opponent during the turn after that. Okay, so after the decent shuffle and another decent cut, our second opening hand of 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that's pretty good. You've got pretty much everything you need. So you can activate both the equals, kind of search out Shadow Mist and the Stratos. Now you could go the long way around getting into your Shadow Mist effect, or you can go direct. It's really up to you. It also means if you want to search out any hero off your strats as well. If you want to go the long way around, you'd use the Faris's effect, start circling around, and then you use the Poly on your Solid Soldier to revive the Shadow Mist, meaning you'd get Solid Soldier, Stratos, Shadow Mist, and your Vision Hero's effect as well. So, let's do it that way. Faris, discarding your Shadow Mist because it is now into the graveyard. Using the effect of Faris to set, obviously you're locked into heroes, doesn't matter much. Activate the Faris, your increase effect, get rid of this, summon this, and this is the reason why we play 2 Vision Hero Vions. So summon out your Vision Hero Vion. Vion's effect to send. This one we're going to go different. We're going to send the Evil Hero Sinister Necron. Don't have to, but you could search a Mali if you wanted to. I'm going to try and keep that just in case we top deck the fusion spell. Obviously Mali will let you extend a little bit further, but what we want to be doing here is we then want to go normal summon our Solid Soldier. Solid Soldier's effect, special on the Stratos. Stratos' effect. Search you out any hero you like. We're going to go for... I'll tell you what, we're not even going to go for the spell OTK. We're going to go completely different. Let's search out our Adusted Gold. We're then going to activate the Adusted Gold effect, search out our Dark Fusion, and at least we've got it there ready to... Dark Calling, sorry. At least we've got it there ready to go. We're then going to use our Vision Heroes effect to banish a hero. So we're going to banish our Faris, and search ourselves out our Poly. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to link 2 of these together. Make sure you do not use Solid Soldier, that's the one you do not want to use. So we use Strauss and that, and we'll go into our extra. Obviously if you set Mali, you would be able to go a little bit longer, and this is what happens. This is where he becomes more effective if you run a heavier Destiny Hero build, but I'm not going for a heavier Destiny Hero build. I want to try and go more Evil Hero focused. Then what we're going to do is we're going to activate our Polymerization using these 2 as fodder to go into your Adoration. That will then trigger Solid Soldier. Solid Soldier is going to, of course, revive your Shadow Mist, and Shadow Mist is going to use his effect to search out your Mask Change. There we go, and we're going to set the Mask Change there. We're then going to play for our opponent's turn just so you can kind of see how this would then operate. So you go through your opponent's turn, you're sitting on a Vion and a Dark Calling. You're going to activate your Mask Change once they try and search a card, because then you want to get as much out of your Dark Lord as you possibly can. That will then trigger Shadow Mist to search out any hero monster you wish. I'm going to search out my Honest Neos. Hopefully you're going to be like ripping your opponent's board apart, doing whatever you need to do, and kind of protect him from there. If you don't, and let's say worst case scenario, you won't get the OTK next turn. Actually you might do if you're lucky enough. Let's see. If your opponent was to completely clear your board, so let's say they clear your board big time. During your turn, you draw for turn. Not the one we wanted to do. I'd rather not have had the Mali in hand, but it happens. Then what we're going to do is we're going to banish our our Evil Hero Sinister Necron from our deck, from our graveyard, to special summon out our Infernal Gainer. Now this is another alternative for the OTK kind of potential that we're pushing for. If we had one more card on board, then we would have been absolutely fine. Ideally what you would have done is normal summon your Vion. Vion would then send your Mali, and then you could use the effect off of that. But because we haven't used Shadow Mist effect this turn, we could technically send him to search out another hero. So I'm just having a look at the best options. We could search out our Faris. So we send this. We just need to extend our board. We just need to get monsters on the board. So we're going to have our Faris. Faris can then use his effect to send that to the graveyard, and then put our second increase because we haven't used this. So remember, this is playing for our opponent's turn as well. We can then use increases effect if we want to, but I think we've gone through both our vines, so I don't think we really need to worry about that. No, we've gone through both our vines. So then you're going to banish the Mali that you sent from your hand, and summon the Mali. Now this is the one downside of only having one Link 2 that we can really go into, because now we need to use all 3 of those to go into our extra, and this will give you the OTK potential. So we then activate the Dark Calling, decks there, graveyards here, banishing our Evil Hero Dusted Gold, and then any of your level 6 or higher, so you can go for your Adoration just to be sure. That will then give you your Malicious Bane. You then use Infernal Gainer's effect to banish it, give this 2 attacks during the battle phase. Then of course Bane gains 100 for everything in the graveyard, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. So Bane is now sitting on 4k, can attack twice, uses effect, nukes everything below 4k, is now an 8k beta, not an 8k beta, sorry, is a 4k plus beta, and it gets to attack twice, and we've pretty much cleared our opponent's board. And then this is obviously on 35 as well, so you're just swinging in for the game, and if you want to add a little bit extra, you could technically just go Honest Neos on top of the Bane, and then that's going to be putting you onto a 65 double attacker as well. So again, that just kind of shows you how good Bane is and playing through your opponent's turn as well. And that was with the worst case scenario that they'd cleared your entire board of a Dark Claw and your extra hero as well. Okay, now time to go second. Obviously with the second, what you want to be doing is either breaking our opponent's board or being able to kind of play through a couple of negates and OTK them. So that is where we try and turbo out Bane. So after another decent shuffle and a very decent cut, our first hand of 6 will be 1, 2, come on, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. 6 cards saved us a little bit. Stratus is of course very, very useful, and we have opened up the other parts of the combo anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Vision Hero Pharos play. Send in, let's put Increase in the graveyard because we don't need that right now, to summon out the Increase, or play Increase into the spell and trap card zone. There we go. And then we're going to use the Increase effect, send this, summon this, and summon, where are you? Second Vion. There we go. Vion's effect to send our Mali from deck to the graveyard. And we still have the normal summon as well, so you can hold on to that for a bit. And then going to link these 2 together, go into our Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader's effect is going to revive the Mali. Now we cannot special summon, I believe it's these ones that have locked us in. Just double check, one of these locks us into only being able to special summon dark monsters. So just want to be careful on that one. That's one thing I always forget. Then use Cross Crusader's effect to get rid of the Mali and search out one monster. So we're going to search out any other hero monster, so we'll go with an evil hero because we do need to get that into the graveyard. Have we got an additional discard? Just having a look here. I want to be going for the game, so Shadow Mist is of no use right now without using my normal summon. So we'll go for let me Solid Soldier. I just need to check that I don't think I've locked myself into Darks yet. So we can't special summon from the extra except for heroes. I think we're fine. And Dark Fusion Spirit. Oh, cool. I haven't used Fusion of Destiny, so I'm fine. Okay, cool. Excellent. We're then going to use Elemental Hero Solid Soldier's effect. That's one thing I did miss, so that's my own personal misplay on that one, is we should banish one of the Vision Heroes to search out Polly. So that's something that I should have done. Off of the Vion. So we search out Polly to banishing one from the graveyard before we go into, of course, the Link monster. We're going to normal summon the Solid Soldier, which will then let us special summon Stratos. Stratos could nuke back row. 2 more back row, I believe. Yeah. Or we're going to add as well. So when this guy's normal special summon, you activate one of these effects. I'm going to choose to add because I want to get an evil hero into my graveyard, and I'm going to search out my Adusted Gold. I'm then going to send the Adusted Gold, and this time we're actually going to search out the field spell because we've already got the Dark Calling, because it does list Dark Fusion in its name. We then have the ability to extend a little bit more by banishing the Mali from the graveyard. and summoning another Mali. It's over there, Mali's there, because we want to kind of keep these zones as free as possible. This out of the way. Now, if we had a Shadow Mist in the graveyard and we sent it off a Vial or something like that, we could bring it back and then go into the Mask Change kind of plays. But now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use... activate our Supreme King's Castle. And we can get 2 Banes on board. So we're going to go Poly, because we've got the field spell in play. And then all we've got to do is 1 Evil Hero monster. Oh, no, sorry. Evil Hero's in the graveyard. So we're going to have to do Calling on that one. We're going to Poly on that one. So if we Poly straight into Vision Hero Trinity, 3 heroes there. That one goes there. Perfect. Using the Poly. And then Dark Calling. There we go. I'll get it right way around eventually. Banishing our Malicious, because it is the level 6 or higher, and our Dusted Gold, as it is our... it could use the Fags, it just needs to be level 5 or higher, but there we go. And then you've got your Bane in there if you want to as well. So if you don't think you're going to get game off of this, then you've also got the field spell that you could use as well. Let me just double check. I think it's when it battles, or is it when it attacked? Yeah, if it battles an opponent's monster. So if you wanted to, you could use Bane's effect, not Bane's effect, sorry, the field spell effect to send Bane from the extra deck to give him an additional 1600 attack. Then, obviously, that's down to you. You could nuke the board as well with Bane, and then you've got your Vision Hero Trinity that is going to be attacking for 5k. So, you know, you've got a lot of plays there already, and that is pretty much your OTK potential. Going a little bit more around the block on that one. I suppose that's the one downside to the heroes as of right now, is that for them to break a board, unless you main Super Poly, you do have to get to Bane, and then to get to Bane, you've got to go through a lot that your opponent could negate and disrupt. Anyway, okay, let's do our last test and go in second. So there are a couple of variations and different ways that you can play this version. I was aiming for Bane on that one, so if you wanted to aim for something more like your Trinity, which Trinity and Bane was overkill, but if you wanted to go for Trinity and then like Mask Change extension play during the battle phase, then you could have sent Shadow Mist, revived it, and kind of made your plays from there. That's one thing we didn't do as well, is we didn't revive off of the Solid Soldier, so that would have given you an additional extension, so you could have turned the Link 2 into the Link 3, and then everything would have gained even more attack. Not that it needed to. Anyway, so our final test hand going second after a decent shuffle and a decent cut will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. We pretty much have everything we need. What we're going to do is we're going to activate A Hero Lives, only because we've opened it. Like, I wouldn't usually advise it, because if you get Ash, you're paying 4k for nada. And we're going to go for our Stratos. Stratos is then going to trigger his effect to search you out to hero. If we're dealing with a back row, then I'd play this a little bit differently. You'd get your Stratos out at a later time and kind of go for a different elemental hero. But Stratos' effect is going to go off, and he's going to search us out our Dusted Gold. Now, we've already got the Mask Change, and the Mask Change could take us into Dian, but the other question is, do you want the Infernal Gainer? Because Infernal Gainer, if you use your normal summon or use it off of your Solid Soldier, can actually get you game. So, you know, you've really got to think of exactly what you want. Dusty Gold is going straight into the graveyard, because we know we're searching off of that. We're searching out a Dark Calling, and that is going to, of course, get us into Bane. Now, the sacrifice you would make is with your Faris. If you wanted to go for the Infernal Gainer play, you would send Shadow Mist. If you wanted to go for something else, you would actually send your Infernal Gainer. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually send the Infernal Gainer. So we're going to go for our Faris there, send the Infernal Gainer, and obviously do the full kind of combo. We'll end up on that, and we'll attach that, and then that's going to get rid of that. Summon this, and then this is going to go off, and this is going to send our Mali. And there we go. We're then going to use this effect, so I don't forget this turn, to banish Faris. Let's keep these all in our hand. We still haven't used our normal yet, which is amazing. That's what A Hero Lives does for you. Search out our Poly. There we go. And then we can link these two together, go into our cross use. Again, this is all going to be overkill. I do not advise you going this far into it. Just go for game, play it safe, and go from there. Effect is going to add this back, and then effect to this is going to send this, and just check the type of hero it can add. Just one hero monster with a different name. Okay, so we're going to add... Doesn't really matter what you add, to be honest, because you could search out the other counterpart. But we're going to add our Honest Neos. We're then going to banish Mali. We're going to bring it out of Mali. And as you can see, we've got 3 fusion spells in hand with a lot of extension. So you normal summon this, special summon this, effect to this to get you another Mask Change, because Mask Change is once per turn. Busted. Because we're going for the OTK, you know, we're not going to be as safe as we kind of want to be. Can this revive? If this revives any hero, then that's insane. Target 1 hero monster in your graveyard except itself. Okay, this is going to be busted. We could do this a little bit differently, but I'm not going to. We've got 2 Mask Chains and a Dark Calling. Like, this is insane already. So the only thing we're missing in the graveyard is our level 5 or higher, which is where Mali comes in. So, if you wanted to, the options that present themselves in front of you is you can Mask Change this into a Dian and then use the effect of the Solid Soldier to revive the Infernal Gainer. Obviously, the one issue is it will then go into a zone a link monster points to, so you have to make sure you get Bane first. Or you put a monster here and then get rid of this and go into the link 3 as an alternative option as well. So, let's do that. Let's go... We could poly as well into a Trinity. But and then leave Mask Change for the battle phase, because you can attack, change it to Dian, do your thing, da 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 da. So you've got a lot of options in front of you right now. We did open up pretty bustedly, but we're going to see how many fusions we can actually get on the board. So we're going to use our Mask Change and go into the Dian. Dian will then revive our Infernal Gainer. There we go. Then use Mali and this to go into your Dread Decimator. Then use your Dark Calling to banish your Mali. Put both the Malis over here. And your Evil Hero, a Dusted Gold. And go into your Bane. Then use Infernal Gainer's effect. If you want to, you could turn it into a Dark Lord. We're going to use this effect so that Bane can attack twice. Banishing that. If you wanted to play the Wind, you could play the Wind on that one as well. We're going to go, you could now activate Polymerization. Turn these two into your Adoration. Just check the word on Mask Change. Face that hero monster you control, send it to the greatest for some master hero monster from each there with the same attribute than the hero monster had on the field. Okay, we're absolutely fine. So if this wasn't busted enough, everything this points to now currently gains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. Bane is then going to use his effect to nuke the board, and he can attack twice. So we're currently sitting on 34, 36, 31, and then a 2800 beat at that. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, which hopefully there is none left standing, especially on 1 level 4 lower hero monster from the graveyard, doesn't really matter, that's just overkill. This could attack twice. Like I said, we're going in for game. If for some way they survive a little bit, or you can set this as a track during a post. So if they survive, you can set this, turn your Adoration into a Dark Claw, or if you're in the battle phase and you just need that, do that little bit of extra damage after you've already dropped this, which is madness, you can turn one of these, because it's dark, into Dark Claw, and then 24. Well, actually you'd get more, it would go up to 700, so it'd be 31 again. So, yeah. Very, very interesting. Again, that play was massive overkill. You did not need to do as much as that. Like, just getting Bane to attack twice is game, pretty much, with the Link 3 monster. And just kind of going from there. But you can see how insane this deck is. I love it. The only thing that you can't test in test stands is your opponent's kind of interpretation of the deck and interruption of the deck as well. So like how they're going to react. Are they going to ash you here, there, or everywhere? If you're facing against this deck, do not let them resolve Fusion of Destiny. That is all kind of part of the combo that will kill you. I guarantee that. So do not let them resolve that. If they do, try and droll them because they're going to be doing a hell of a lot of searching. But then you've also got to remember, if heroes go first and set up a Dark Claw and survive with a Dark Claw, apart from like Ash, some of them they can't actually be hand trapped because some of the hand traps actually have to go to graveyard, so it's kind of cool interaction for them to kind of disrupt. Anyway, so that was it for the test time video. I hope you liked it. Apologies for some of the misplays that happened towards the start, or just for getting some general kind of plays of the deck. But it is still an incredibly fun deck. I love heroes. Evil heroes I love just as much, if not more so. The only issue is right now, Faris is so good as an engine, and so is the Fusion of Destiny, that you can't really go for a pure route of either like Vision heroes, Elemental heroes, or Evil heroes. They just have to all come together and become, you know, one colossal deck. But anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dad here with All Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course, pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.